Fresh food is for the uncivilized. If you want, you can heat it in the microwave, which is one more bad thing you're doing, and eat. And they've put preservatives so that it doesn't go bad. It doesn't matter how tasty it is, how nice it is, you don't touch anything because then you will develop gases in the system and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. One can become very, very alive and active, no matter what is your lifestyle. This is happening across the world today is, as the world or as the fools think they are becoming more and more modern, their food gets older and older and older. Fresh food is for the uncivilized. If you're very civilized, you must go to a superstore, buy a box, there's a plastic wrap, take it and throw it, knowing fully well it cannot be biodegraded, and the can is made of something else, usually plastic or aluminum or whatever. From that, if you want, you can heat it in the microwave, which is one more bad thing you're doing, and eat. This may be minimum 3 months old. No, it was in the refrigerator. It is preserved. And they have put preservatives so that it doesn't go bad. That is a double mistake. Now, in the yogic tradition, if you cook anything, maximum within 1.5 hours you must consume it. If there are certain types of items, up to 4 hours is okay. Beyond that, you don't touch. It doesn't matter how tasty it is, how nice it is, you don't touch anything because then you will develop gases in the system. Gas is not only in the stomach that you will feel obviously, but you will develop vayus in the system which will work against your pranavayu. That means your respiratory action and your thought process and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. When you cook the food, to digest the food, all the ingredients necessary for digestion are not in the body alone. The food also brings the enzymes. When you cook the food, you are largely destroying these enzymes. Minus the enzymes when you eat, now the body has to struggle to reconstruct that part that has been destroyed and then only it can digest. Normally first 1.5 hours after eating, it tends to take the body down. After that slowly, it recovers. You notice this? So food is for energy, but we are making the food in such a way that it takes away energy the first 1.5 hours. Only after that, slowly, it comes back. Anyway, however good your digestive process is, still you can never reconstitute all the enzymes that we have destroyed by cooking. Only partly we can do that. When we say fruit, we must understand fruit is one aspect which nature itself intends to be felt. Suppose you are ill in a hospital, let's say, you're in a hospital bed. Nobody brings you chicken biryani, isn't it? They'll bring fruits. Because even your friends and relatives understand that, okay, you're eating all that, you got sick, at least now you eat sensibly. That's a message. So fruit can do miraculous things to the body. Sufficient consumption of fruit can do great things to the system. One can become very, very alive and active, no matter what is your lifestyle. The fruit that you get in the market today, we don't know what it is filled with. There is a little bit of a problem. There is no way you can eat anything today which is not chemically infested. If you're eating very organic food, it's little organic chemicals they're using. It's come to that place. It's very difficult to eat something that's just grown in the wild forest. You can pluck out something and eat That's very, very little, not even a small percentage of people are capable of eating that anymore. It's all from the marketplace. And what goes into the marketplace is all about more, not about what. Because I clearly noticed this, the kind of country fruits that we used to eat when we were young, and today the farm-grown fruits that are coming to us, even in India, I mean here it's another matter altogether. Even in India, they're not the same. They're much bigger, rounder, better looking, but this is like Botox. This doesn't work. I can clearly feel it's not the same level of strength and aliveness in it, simply because this is made for the market, not for the man. These fruits are essentially made for the market. This doesn't mean that they're totally a waste, but they don't have the same nutrient that it used to have. So, we may have to fortify it with some amount of other food. We must check and see what kind of fruits you're exposed to. And seasonally, there are a variety of fruits. It's very incredible that what kind of fruits the land produces at a certain time is most suitable for the system. There's a lot of study about this, how for those seasons when it's cold, when it's hot, when the moisture is very high, the right kind of fruit comes out of the earth. If you are eating from that area, but now you're eating fruit that comes from New Zealand, this is another matter. If you're eating from the land around you, you will see the right kind of fruit is coming to you at the right season. It's the best thing to eat at that time.
In a recent directive, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has issued a request to all e-commerce platforms, urging them to eliminate any drinks or beverages, notably Bournvita, from being categorized under the label of health drinks on their respective websites. During its investigation, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights discovered that there is no specific definition for a health drink under the FSS Act 2006, along with the accompanying rules and regulations providing by FSSAI and Mondelez India Food Private Limited. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, which is a legal entity establishment under Section 3 of the Commission for Protection of Child Rights Act 2005, conducted an investigation pursuant to Section 14 of the CPCR Act 2005. The investigation ultimately determined that the term health drink was not explicitly defined under the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006, along with its associated rules and regulations, as presented by both Food Safety and Standards Authority of India and Mondelez India Food Private Limited, as stated in an official notification from the Ministry. The announcement made on April 10 also included a directive for all e-commerce companies or portals to immediately discontinue listing drinks or beverages such as Bournvita under the health drinks category. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India issued a directive on April 2nd, instructing all e-commerce platforms to refrain from categorizing dairy products beverage mixes, cereal-based beverage mixes, or malt-based beverages as health drinks or energy drinks. The definition of health drink is not specified in the food regulations of India. While energy drinks can only be used for products that are permitted under the food category system and include flavored drinks made with carbonate or non-carbonate water. The regulatory organization emphasized that the purpose of implementing the corrective measures is to improve the level of understanding and openness surrounding the characteristics and functionalities of the products. This will guarantee that consumers are able to make informed decisions without being exposed to any deceptive or misleading details. What impact does the consumption of processed foods have on your overall health and well-being? Processed food refers to any type of food that they undergo some form of alternating during its preparations in order to make it more convenient, long-lasting or enhancing its taste. The level of processing can vary greatly among different foods. For example, a bagged salad, or pre-cut green beans can be classified as processed, but only to minimal extents since their natural form remains mostly unchanged. Essentially, they still resemble their natural states as found in nature. On the other hand, a box of macaroni and cheese or a microwavable dinner is considered heavily processed or even ultra processed due to the extensive chemical modification they have undergone, which involve the addition to artificial flavors, additives, and various other ingredients. The majority of the food we consume has undergone some form of processing before it is served to us. While there is no significant worry about processed items such as canned vegetables or fruits, as they are processed to retain their freshness and nutritional value. There is a growing concern regarding heavily processed foods like packaged snacks, pre-made pasta sauces, and ready-to-bake cake mixes. These types of foods make up a significant portion of the average person's daily caloric intake, with estimates showing that over half of the calories consumed in the typical American diet come from the ultra-processed foods. In Canada, this percentage is slightly lower at 48%. Moreover, heavily processed foods are laden with artificial ingredients with approximately 5,000 substances added to food supply. Many of these additives have not been thoroughly tested for safety by independent researchers, and they serve various purposes such as altering color, texture, flavor, and odor, as well as acting as preservatives and sweeteners. The cumulative effects of these health risks associated with heavily processed foods underscore the importance of making informed choices about our dietary intake. Furthermore, heavily processed foods tend to lack essential nutrients due to the intense processing they undergo, resulting in the need for fortification with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. These foods are also calorie dense and addictive, making it easy to overeat and consume more calories than necessary. It is compounded by the fact that processed foods are easier to digest, insulating in fewer calories burned during digestion compared to whole, unprocessed foods. The consumption of heavily processed foods possesses numerous health risks that should not be overlooked. One significant risk is in increased likelihood of developing cancer, as research has shown that for every 10% increase in the consumption of ultra-processed foods, the risk of cancer rises by 12%. Additionally, these foods are often packed with excessive amounts of sugar, sodium, and fat, which can lead to obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Although various aspects of our overall health can be complex, reducing our intake of processed foods does not have to be. When in doubt, simply prioritize incorporating real unprocessed foods into your diet. As consumers, we must stay informed about the foods we consume. The recent directive regarding the categorization of drinks like Bonvita under health drinks highlights the importance of clarity in food labeling. Let's advocate a transparency in food labeling and support initiatives that promote healthier eating habits. Together, we can make more informed choices for our health and well-being. Sadhguru created a powerful exercise for your brain. Watch this video to learn. Write your thoughts and your experiences in the comments below. Share this information with your family and friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on food and nutrition. Thanks for watching. Pranam.